So I have the honor and privilege to be the first resident High Commissioner of India to Rwanda. In fact, our Prime Minister was here in July this year, 23rd to 24th, and he announced opening of the resident High Commission in Kigali. So in pursuant of that commitment, I landed up here on 15th of August. That also coincides with our National Day. Let me tell you, even though we are opening up our resident mission now, but our interests and our relations have not been overlooked. Our mission in Kampala, as I said earlier, have been entrusted with pursuing our bilateral relations with Rwanda. And the recent visit of our Prime Minister, it has given a new template for the two sides to work on. You might be knowing that there were altogether 8 MOUs, Memorandum of Understanding and Agreements were signed. It's in the area of defense, bilateral trade, dairy cooperation, cooperation in leather, agriculture and animal resources, culture, and 2 lines of credit which India is extending to Rwanda of $100 million each for the setting up of the industrial parks and irrigation projects. So this gives us a very vast template to work on, and I'm sure I'm going to be more than occupied here. And that's not the end of it. The cooperation has already been going on between India and Rwanda. We have extended line of credit to your Nyabarongo electricity project. There are also other projects we have already funded here. And when Prime Minister was here, he further announced a setting up of a task force for cooperation in the digital education, including e-library, and also gifting of 100,000 books for the schools here, and setting up of an entrepreneurship development center here in Kigali to impart skills in the area of entrepreneurship for the Rwandan students. And he also gifted 200 cows worth $200,000 to Rweru Model Village.
Yeah.
So our template is quite full,
and
I'm sure, I'll be able to do justice to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, lady, I'm very happy to be here today. It's a great pleasure to be in your great country. I had the honor and pleasure to present my letters of credence to His Excellency the President this afternoon. And indeed, we have activities coming up. Already on Friday, my head of government is going to visit Kigali. So the two, His Excellency the President Kagame and His Excellency the Federal Chancellor Sebastian Kurz are going to discuss an upcoming event in Vienna. On the 18th of December, there's going to be the Africa Forum in Vienna. This is going to be very high-ranking attendance. I cannot say who is going to come, but a lot of very important heads of state, head of government, foreign ministers, and EU Commission are going to arrive. And the subject is going to be the bringing cooperation with Africa to the 21st century. Of course, things have changed, and we have to constantly think about how we adapt to new situations. So Rwanda is one of those countries which have a very dynamic IT sector, for example. But there is also agriculture, modern techniques in agriculture will be a subject. Jobs for the youth are going to be a subject. So these are very important for Africa. And as you may know, Sebastian Kurz, my Federal Chancellor, is at the moment in the chair of the European Union in Europe. So he is going to co-chair together with His Excellency the President Paul Kagame, who is chair of the African Union. So we have an African Union, European Union event in Vienna on the 18th of December. Austria and Rwanda have bilaterally very good relations, and we are going to intensify these relations soon as more delegations are going to come to Kigali. We're going to have a business delegation here who are going to visit also the Rwanda Development Board. We are going to visit some companies on Friday, and also parliamentarians are going to visit Rwanda soon. So you see there's a lot going on.
Of course, it's an ongoing bilateral cooperation, but what do you think might be the key sectors of cooperation between Austria and Rwanda?
Well, Austria is not really specialized in a particular field. We are neither particularly strong, we are particularly strong in tourism, but we are very strong in different sectors like chemistry, etc. We have a lot of opportunities. Usually Austrian companies are producing on a very, very high quality level. So we are going to have business delegations in the medical field. We are going to have business delegations in the field of energy. And also there is a company which is a world leader in cable cars. So there are a lot of different possibilities where we have to look what is possible and what is feasible. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I have observed both countries have the mutual affection in the aspect of the economic. So I'd like to strengthen the economic, particularly in the trade forum between Indonesia and Rwanda. I'm very pleased because in the couple years we have the increase the trade volume from 0.4 million US dollar in 2015 to 7.4 million US dollar in 2017. I'm not satisfied for the figure because we have still big opportunity to increase the trade volume between Indonesia and Rwanda. So Indonesia also intends to establish the honor consular to make all accelerate and to bridge the economic relation between Rwanda and Indonesia. I'm very happy to hear the information also. Rwanda, according to the World Bank, has a rank in the ease of doing business 29th.
Yeah.
To make easier, faster, and reduce costs. That's why I convinced to bring the investor from Indonesia to Rwanda. Because everything is good to invest in Rwanda.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to have just met President Kagame and to now be accredited as Australia's High Commissioner to the Republic of Rwanda. I hope that during my term we will be able to further strengthen and deepen the ties between Australia and Rwanda. Two wonderful nations. We have share much in common. We have important trade and investment opportunities that I hope we can grow and ensure flourish. And we congratulate Rwanda in the growth that the country has achieved. And we look forward to doing our part to further support Rwanda. We're also, of course, shared members of the Commonwealth. It's very important that we, of course, work closely together to advance what the Commonwealth hopes that all of its members will do, including in trade and investment. We're both countries of the UN Human Rights Council, so we both, of course, will support each other in upholding and protecting human rights. And, of course, we continue to play our part in supporting communities in Rwanda through livelihood and projects supporting disabled people's organisations, women and girls empowerment, and of course working in different areas of agriculture and other sectors. Thank you very much.
Want to make a statement?
Yeah, sure.
So I would just like to say that I have just presented the credentials by which His Excellency Michel Temer, President of the Federative Republic of Brazil, has accredited me to President Paul Kagame and the government of the Republic of Rwanda as the new ambassador of the Federative Republic of Brazil. I had a very nice conversation with the President. We agreed to strengthen further our relations. We have had the best relations, but we see that there is a lot of room to improve, in particular in the area of agriculture, by means of exchange between our businessmen and our technical staff, considering that both our countries have a lot in terms of agriculture. So it was a very good conversation, and I look forward to working closely with the Rwandan authorities to bring our two people and our governments closer together.
Statements, only just to say that my name is František Dolopolček. I'm the ambassador of the Slovak Republic. Just a few minutes ago I presented my credentials to your president. It was very nice, and what to say, you know, I'm feeling quite a big responsibility to be appointed as an ambassador of Slovakia. You know, Slovakia is a relatively small country, 5.3 million people. We are part of the EU, we are part of the Euro. So, and I'm feeling really honored to be appointed as an ambassador, and I feel it as a challenge and really a responsibility, because we, as I mentioned, we are a small country. We sometimes better understand than the needs. We would like to cooperate closely with your country. There are many fields where we can cooperate. So that this is maybe the statement. I'm really looking forward to cooperate with your people. You have got a beautiful country. Thank you very much for your hospitality. And this is my first visit in Africa. I have been in many African countries. I used to be director of African department a long time ago. But this is my first visit to your country. I'm really surprised what have you achieved, and I will keep my finger crossed that you will be growing, and it's everything what is doing, what are you doing is for the well-being of the people. So I'm very positive about the future of our relations. And okay, now maybe the questions.
What's going to be your priorities as the
Our priority, we would like to really start to cooperate in the field of the few issues, you know, the energy, then it's the agriculture, and the third field is about the organic production in the agriculture.
So you've just met the President of the Republic of Rwanda. What were the conversations about?
Well, first, let me say it's an honor to be here as an ambassador of the Argentine Republic to Rwanda, and also to meet the President. Not because only he is the President of Rwanda, because he's an important man in the international arena. So we talk about the G20. He was there in Argentina. And also we talk about the cooperation. For Argentina, Africa is very important, and Rwanda is the top on the list. So we were talking about how to improve our relations, commercial, political, especially in the South-South cooperation, in food security, agriculture, all this stuff. So we signed at the beginning of this year a treaty with Rwanda regarding technical cooperation, and we agreed to put in motion this agreement. You know, he has a history here in Rwanda. He has a history of taking the people together, and we are learning about that because we in Argentina need the same experience to put Argentines together. So he is president of the African Union, and also he is an important person in the international arena, so must be listened, but his opinion. So for us, it means not only the president of Rwanda, he's the person, an important person for the world. I mean that.
Thank you, sir.
But it's nice, you know. It keeps the grasses green and the trees green as well. Yes. And you have a very lovely city here. lovely country and very nice people. It's so green and very clean. That's remarkable. You know, a city that is very clean. You seldom see that.
Yeah. So back to business. You're going to represent your country here.
I am, yes, I am.
What exactly are you bringing on board? What kind of priorities you have?
At the moment, we are still talking with the Rwandan government regarding a bilateral agreement that would cover many areas of cooperation. We'd like to talk about cooperation on, well, it's going to be very general at the moment. Talk about investments, commerce, maybe also people-to-people exchanges, and also some cooperation and other political matters of that sort. But all of these have to be still will be thrashed out after the agreement has been signed. That after we have come up with an agreement, and so we will, of course, once that is signed. What the two governments will do would be sitting down and discuss what areas we can really have a good cooperation.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.